Hey, what's up, everybody? Cole Rainey here on my first edition of being a host and a contributor for Free Speech Northwest. And today I have a highly exclusive and highly pertinent interview with a member of one of the most notorious and dangerous organizations in the United States. Yes, Antifa. I have an Antifa member with me who was willing to chat about the group's ideology, his personal beliefs, and some other things that we found to be highly relevant to our times right now. So with that in mind, I'd like to introduce my guest, Steve. So I'm here with Antifa Steve. And
Antifa Stevie? Antifa Stevie, thanks.
Okay, sorry. I'm here with Antifa Stevie.
Resist!
An Antifa member, openly, who supports this organization, who has been rioting in the streets, beating people up, shooting them, and holding guns to people's heads in Portland for over a year now. So I have a lot of very serious questions for you, and we have some serious things to discuss. But I would like to say that I appreciate the fact that you had the bravery to come talk to me, because you were the only Antifa member I could find who was willing to come talk to me on my show. So I just wanted to say thank you, and I appreciate your bravery.
A-cab.
Okay. So, Stevie.
Bash the fash.
So who's bash the fash? We'll just start there. You're saying that, and who is a fascist to you? Because you guys tend to throw that term around to constitutionalists, conservatives, anybody you disagree with on a basic fundamental level, you tend to call them a fascist. So
Yeah, that's true. That's actually true. Yeah, well, you're white, you're a male, you're a Christian, right? Is that all true?
Yes.
And you're, like, a conservative?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, yeah.
And Hitler was secular, and he convinced his people to do atrocities based off of secularism and an absence of God. So how does that make me a fascist for being a Christian?
Well, like, you know, it says all this stuff about, like, sin and making you feel bad, and, like, you're supposed to feel bad about stuff. And
like if you rape somebody or murder them. Like
Like
Micah Rhodes, an Antifa member who you guys harbor and continue to harbor to this day.
Oh, right. I don't, So what's your question now?
My question is, why do you harbor people who do terrible things like that?
I don't know.
So, Antifa Stevie, you've attended many protests and riots and things of that nature.
A-cab.
And we've seen you on camera beating up cops. We've seen you on camera throwing Molotov cocktails. We've seen you on camera, setting fires to trees to try to start arson fires.
Yeah, I'm a pretty big deal. So, yeah.
I think people like you are the scum of the earth, you know that?
Well, yeah, that's like the kind of stuff that racists would say.
Oh, people who are racist against white people? Who push critical race theory?
No, people who are racist like you. Like, you probably can't even acknowledge your own white privilege.
So you're framing your question in a way to where if I don't acknowledge your assertion, then I'm your assertion. So if I don't acknowledge that I'm privileged, otherwise known as racist, then I'm racist?
Yeah. It's pretty obvious. Look in the mirror.
See, I don't play games like that, Stevie, and I think you know that.
Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror.
Okay, you should look in the mirror, because we can't even see
your face. You look in the mirror.
We can't even see your face, Stevie. You come out here covering your face and practicing anonymity.
Yeah, so you and your Proud Boys can, like, dox me?
Okay, I'm not a Proud Boy, but they do a lot of good work against you domestic terrorists.
You and your Proud Boy racist friends want to dox Antifa Stevie. No, thank you.
Really? Like, you doxed me and had people surveilling outside of my house with no plates, Really? You want to play that game, Antifa Stevie?
Let me ask you a question. What do you think about borders? I'll bet you love them.
I do, because they separate
Racist.
good ideas from
Racist.
bad ideas. And
Racist.
if we're not going to have borders, then we should have a global constitution. How about that? What do you think about a global Second Amendment, Antifa Stevie?
Sure, yeah. You want to get the UN in here? Let's do it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You want to bring the UN in to enforce a global constitution? You would only bring them in to enforce global communism.
You probably don't even want to be part of the UN. You probably don't even want the UN
we
to be
shouldn't,
here.
because they've been trafficking kids. They've been proven to.
No, it's because you hate other countries.
No, I love other countries, actually.
No, you actually don't.
And I want to see them free. Like in Canada right now, they're throwing anybody who tests positive for COVID into an internment camp. Do you support that, Antifa Stevie?
Have you ever heard of COVID-19? Have you ever heard of it?
Yes, Antifa Stevie. I've heard of COVID-19.
It's killing minorities.
Like abortion?
No, abortion doesn't kill anyone. Genius.
Can you elaborate on that? Can you tell me how abortion, killing a fetus, doesn't kill a
You
human?
just said it was a fetus.
A fetus is a life, bud.
A fetus is a group of cells.
So are you.
No.
So am I. What's your point?
Well, it's not a human being. It doesn't feel pain.
Yes, it does. Most of the time, the fetus feels a lot of pain during the abortion. Antifa Stevie.
How do you know? Are you an abortion?
Oh, you got me. You
Burn.
got me good. Yeah.
Burn.
Okay, Antifa Stevie.
Sick burn.
I think your organization...
You should have been aborted.
See, I just disregard comments like that, Stevie, because that's just immature. You're an immature person. Did your mom let you out of the basement to go to your riot tonight?
She did, actually, yeah. So, tell me.
You make me sick, Stevie.
I hope you're still aborted. You are an abortion. You're an abortion.
You're a cancer on society.
That's
And
actually
we all know
not
that.
true.
Oh, really?
That's
not?
Republicans.
Because when you shoot people, you're killing people. And what does cancer do? It kills people.
Oh, now you care about killing people. You don't care when it's a black person driving a car.
I do care. I care if anybody gets killed.
No, you don't.
Where's your evidence of that?
Dude, you're hopeless. You're hopeless. You're never gonna get it. You're too brainwashed. You're too in the system.
You're being vague. How am I brainwashed? You're the one who's brainwashed, pushing all the same talking points that the education system and the mainstream media and the CIA has been pushing down your throat.
Dude, you like Trump.
I like a lot of what he did. I don't agree with everything about him. Okay? Why is everything about Trump with you leftists? Why can't we just have a discussion of our own ideas?
Go ahead.
Okay. Your organization's a terrorist organization. How about that, Antifa Stevie?
Terrorists according to what?
According to the Geneva Convention. According to basic international laws. You use political force, you use physical violence to push political ideology. That is the
Guess
definition
what?
of terrorism.
I'm not part of any Geneva Convention. That's like a government thing. It's trash. It's not part of me. I'm not it.
So, how do you explain, if you're not affiliated with any government, how do you explain Joe Biden owning Antifa.com?
I don't care, man. Joe Biden can burn. All of the government people can burn.
Even though you're taking money from him and doing his bidding?
That's even better.
So are you a top organizer or a low-level Antifa? Because it sounds like you're a low-level dummy if you don't even know that your organization's getting money from Joe Biden.
You clearly don't even understand. You don't even know what I just said. I said I like the money from Joe Biden, and I don't like Joe Biden.
Just like you like the stuff you get from your parents, but you don't like, listening to their rules or obeying them in a basic, respectful sense.
My mom lets me go out every night and she's totally cool with it because she knows that I'm fighting racism and fascism and fashions like you. Fascists like you. You're a fascist.
I'm a fashion.
Shh, dude.
So, your mom is fine with you going out every night. I'm assuming she voted for Biden as well. Does she watch a lot of CNN?
Dude. You don't even get it. You're too in your head. You're too CNN and blah, blah, blah. I don't care about any of that, man. We got to tear down America. That's it.
Why don't you start with a country that's shooting its own people in the mass numbers called China and killing Muslims who you claim to care about?
Listen to you, man. You're like, Chinese people, bad. Other religions that are Christian, bad. You don't even get it.
So how about we focus on Antifa domestically and white liberals like you who are actively pushing race-baiting ideologies, using minorities.
I'm like a light blue.
Okay, from my screen you look awfully white to me. So let's be real here. You may claim, Chelsea Clinton said you don't have to be white, or you don't have to be whatever race you identify as, so you can be whatever you want, according to her. I don't agree with that. Let's talk about that. So you think that if you're white, you can identify as black?
Dude, it's not my job. You don't even get it. It's not my job or your job to tell people who and what they are, man.
So am I like colorblind or like having like schizophrenia? Like what? I'm seeing colors. Like what? Can you explain to me? Like
yeah, man. Let me label you. Label. Fascism.
Everything's
dude.
a label because everything's organized because God made the world and everything is designed to be a certain way. It doesn't make it good or bad. It's just the way it is. Like saying that somebody is something isn't saying that it's good or bad.
I know, man.
You sound like those kids in 6th grade who would be like, "You're a racist" if you say the word white or black.
Yeah, they were right, dude. You're right. You're a racist.
Exactly. So Antifa Stevie thinks like a 6th grader. So Antifa Stevie, I appreciate you coming on the show and opening up.
All cops are bastards.
Opening up in a way.
All cops are bastards.
I've only seen a couple Antifa do this peacefully. This is the most peaceful I've seen Antifa.
Oh yeah, no problem.
No broken skateboards over heads. No gunshots. No guns getting held to my head. So I appreciate that, but I don't appreciate you gaslighting me and pushing your Marxist tyrannical agenda funded by Kate Brown on my show. So for that, I'm not grateful, Antifa Stevie. But I do hope you come back and debate me again.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Maybe next time, you come on my show and debate me.
What's your show, Antifa Stevie?
It's called Antifa Stevie. Duh.
Okay, well, nobody's ever heard of it. So, let's...
You just did. What a genius.
I'll come on your show anytime, because I'll debate anyone, anytime, any place, about anything, because Antifa Stevie, I don't fear leftist ideas.
I'm out of here. Bash the fash.
Okay. And he's gone. So I guess that's the whole interview. That's all he was willing to do. Leftists often cut it short and are unwilling to talk to their political opposition. Antifa is a domestic terrorist organization. We've seen them violent riot in the streets, hurting people, destroying property, and killing people. And now we're seeing them enforce no-go zones like we see in the Middle East and Syria and all these shithole countries that have been overrun by terrorism. And now we're seeing terrorism rise domestically here in the United States. So we need to understand the threat we're up against and acknowledge it. But with that in mind, I just want to say that Antifa Stevie coming on the show is very, very, it gives me a little hope because I haven't found another Antifa member willing to do that. So let's just say that was a step in the right direction, and hopefully we get more of you guys to come on the show and debate me. So with that in mind, I'm Cole Rainey, signing out of Free Speech Northwest.